Seahawks are coming off a bye week and head into an exciting matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals. And there has been some changes to the depth chart coming off the bye. Here on today's show, we will roll through the entire depth chart and give you my takeaways to what the Seahawks have decided to do going forward. We begin with the quarterback position. No surprise, Geno Smith and Drew Lock are the two guys holding down the quarterback position for now, and no big changes there. The Seahawks did get to see Drew Lock in their last game against the New York Giants, and he played very well, filling in for Geno Smith. Geno is fully healthy despite the knee injury that was suffered against the Giants there. He's fine, and he's good to go, so no changes as far as the quarterbacks go. Folks, we are on the verge of 42,000 subscribers here on Seahawks Today, under 200 away from our next milestone on the channel. Subscribe now for the latest happenings on your Seattle Seahawks with daily news and rumors, watch parties, live shows, Q&A mailbags, and more. Join the family and be a part of what we're doing each and every day on Seahawks Today by Chat Sports. Subscribe now for free. The backfield for the Seahawks: Kenneth Walker, DeeJay Dallas holding the first two spots, Zach Charbonnet holding the number 3 spot, and then Nick Bellore, who you'll see later on, also in the fullback spot. Kenny McIntosh not quite clear just yet for return. We'll continue to monitor that, and I'm sure when that happens, there'll be a change to the depth chart. But I'll say this much. DeeJay Dallas currently listed as the RB2. The Seahawks might call him the RB2, but we all know the truth of the matter. The fact is, Zach Charbonnet is your RB2. And he and Kenneth Walker are creating a great 1-2 punch, a thunder and lightning combination that we're going to be talking about for years to come. And I wonder what the Seahawks are going to do with DeeJay Dallas when we do see Kenny McIntosh make that return and what his future holds within the organization. The statistics right now, as you can see, DeeJay Dallas only has 5 carries on the year so far, 14 yards. Kenneth Walker leading the way with 283 yards and 5 touchdown scores. Charbonnet has started to come into his own the last couple weeks with 21 carries for 104 yards, 5 yards per carry at this point. So who is the real RB2? Will the real RB2 stand up? Is it Zach Charbonnet or is it DeeJay Dallas? If you're like me and you know the truth, type ZC for Zach Charbonnet. If you think it's DeeJay Dallas and his bug eyes, then type DJ for DeeJay Dallas. Let us know. Our pinned comment, answer it in the comment section and let us know. The wide receiver room at the moment is Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf holding those top 2 spots, Jaxon Smith-Njigba and Jake Bobo holding the other positions right now. And you wonder where D. Eskridge will slide in once he comes back from the suspension. Likely, I would think, the number 5 receiver behind Smith-Njigba and Bobo when that happens. Tight end room: Noah Fant and Will Dissly holding those top 2 spots. Colby Parkinson, who may be tight end 3 technically, but as Smitty and I were breaking down the snap counts, it was noticeable that Colby Parkinson is getting pretty much the same number of snaps as Fant and Dissly are right now. Brady Russell, if you don't know who he is, that's okay. The Seahawks brought him in from the University of Colorado and has not gotten any playing time just yet. The offensive line: Charles Cross is back. He's healthy. He is expected to play this weekend. Damian Lewis, Evan Brown, Phil Haynes, and Jake Curhan holding down those spots. Abraham Lucas remains on the injured list. He is eligible to potentially make his return at Week 7. Great to see Charles Cross back in the lineup with the expectation that he is coming back. The Seahawks offensive line did an incredible job to hold things down while Cross was out and Abraham Lucas was out. Credit where credit's due to Stone Forsythe, Jake Curhan and company, and even just beyond that, I mean, at some point this year, all 5 starters have been banged up of some sorts, even just if it was a minor thing or two. So credit where credit's due to get through this stretch at 3-1, to win 3 straight games without Charles Cross on the football field. suffered that toe injury week 1 against the Rams. And this was the first real serious injury that Charles Cross has dealt with in his career. He started all 17 games for the Seahawks in 2022. So watch out. Let's see what he can do this go-round and make an impact there for the Seahawks. Watch out for Charles Cross there. What's your confidence level in the Seattle Seahawks offensive line, where things stand right now? Getting Charles Cross back and the way things have held up. Scale it for me in the comment section 1 through 10, how you're feeling about this group. Today's show is sponsored by BetUS, the exclusive sportsbook partner of Chat Sports. If you go to chatsports.com/bet, enter the promo code Seahawks125, you will get a 125% deposit bonus. Put $100 down, you get $125 to spend for free at chatsports.com/bet, promo code Seahawks125. The odds for this weekend: the Bengals are a slight favorite, about a 2.5-point favorite. The over-under at 45. You can bet on this game as well as other NFL action all season long at chatsports.com/bet, promo code Seahawks125 to get your bets in today. The defensive line: Mario Edwards, Jarran Reed, Draymond Jones holding down those spots. Adams and Young as the backups. 5 players for those 3 positions. Mike Morris, he is done for the year. I'm very curious to see what the Seahawks do with this group going forward. And one possibility I could see, I know some of you have talked about, hey, Jarran Reed has that nose tackle spot locked up. But Jarran Reed has done a really good job, especially the last couple of weeks. But one thing we could potentially see that wouldn't rule out, if the Seahawks have a trade they like for another nose tackle, then maybe you move Jarran Reed back to his natural position of the defensive end spot and have Mario Edwards come off the bench. That could be a possibility. Or maybe you find somebody that starts over Mario Edwards, whatever it may be. I'm watching to see what the Seahawks do to add depth. Speaking of Jarran Reed, here's what he's done in the first 4 games of 2023. 16 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. He has really held his own and done a really good job. It's a nice reinforcement for the Seahawks on that D-line. So, should Seattle go get help on the defensive line, or should they just roll with what they got right now? What do you think? Y for yes, in for no, if they need help on the D-line or not. Weigh in, tell us what you think. To the linebacker room, the Seahawks have a fantastic group here in 2023. Uchenna Nwosu and Boye Mafe on one side, Bobby Wagner and Jordan Brooks holding things down on the inside with Bellore and Bush, Darrell Taylor, Derek Hall. Just a lot of depth with this group. And Jordan Brooks in particular came back a lot faster than any of us anticipated and has really just been a game changer. And this linebacker room has been, I would argue, one of the better linebacker rooms in football. The secondary. Now, this is interesting. Seahawks are starting to get healthier in this group. It began with getting Devin Witherspoon back week 2, and he's looked fantastic. Jamal Adams comes back from the concussion protocol this week. And then you add in the likes of Reek Woolen and Trey Brown and Mike Jackson. You have a lot of depth. And you get opportunities now to be creative, essentially, here. You can play Kobe Bryant at safety again. You can do the 3 high safety look like the Seahawks are showing with Diggs, Adams, and Love all on the field together. That was the plan all along before the season began, to have those guys out there at the same time. And I think you're going to see this Seahawks secondary be a force to be reckoned with, essentially, that these guys are going to play at a high level and have a lot of opportunities to get creative with this group, with this flexibility it has now that they've gotten a lot healthier. Jamal Adams ended up leaving week 4 in concussion protocol. That injury occurred on the 9th play from scrimmage, and this Sunday will be just his 2nd game back from that quad injury. So the quad as well as concussion protocol and all that. Watch out. Jamal Adams looked really good in the small sample size that we saw of those 9 plays last week. Special teams unit. Jason Myers got off to a slow start to this year, but has played better as of late the last couple of games. Michael Dixon, one of the best punters in the league. Chris Stoll holding his own at the long snapper spot. And then DeeJay Dallas, your primary kick and punt returner, although we could see some Trey Brown and Jaxon Smith-Njigba potentially as well. So that is the depth chart for your Seattle Seahawks. What do you think? How would you grade this depth chart for Seattle? Get in that comment section. Let us know what you think of where the depth chart stands right now, A, B, C, D, or F, and tell me what you think. Subscribe to Seahawks Today for daily Seattle Seahawks coverage. Don't forget, we're going to be live coming up this weekend. Myself and Smitty, we will be here for our Seahawks Bengals watch party. We will get things started coming up at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. We will see you then live right here on Seahawks Today.